So, Jonathan, can you give us a little insight on when you say you have a theatrical component, why do you have a theatrical component, and do you determine the VOD after the theatrical opens? Do you determine that window at that time, or is it predetermined?
Yeah, so there's two reasons. So the first reason is more of a practicality. So for the VOD and digital providers to charge a premium price to their customer base, so for the Comcast and iTunes of the world, to market and sell films to their audience as in theaters or a premium film, they require a theatrical run, and that theatrical run has to be at minimum 10 markets, and New York and LA has to be included. So there's a requisite component to the release strategy. But I think more philosophically, our company is based on the notion that audiences will ultimately determine where and how they watch movies, especially in 2016 and beyond. So we're sort of agnostic to the method or medium of distribution and more interested in bringing the biggest audience possible to the film. So if that audience happens to be a VOD and digital audience, then so be it. We just want to enable that film to find that audience. Now, that being said, I think there are emerging platforms to bolster that mentality even more. You mentioned Tug in your intro, which is essentially a company that allows any person in any market to request a film to be played, and once they request it, the film is essentially activated, meaning people can pre-buy tickets to the film, and once enough people do, then a screening takes place. I think Paranormal Activity was one of the first movies to use that, but I think that's becoming more popular. There are events like Fathom events where you can simulcast a director or filmmaker or a cast in one theater to 600 theaters across the country to sort of eventize the opening weekend. You're seeing more in-theater Q&As and sort of event-based theatrical openings on the platform side and even the premium VOD space to try to make that theatrical experience special so you can have a demonstrated positive track record and grow your film organically across the country. So, for us, again, part of it is requisite and part of it is that philosophy that we want to give audiences every chance to see the movie the way they see fit. Let the audience decide, essentially.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Fathom and what that is, and is it a rental system? Exactly.
Yeah, I can tell you as much as I know, which is very little. We actually haven't used Fathom yet, but we're exploring that with a film right now. So basically, in this particular example, we would have the filmmaker in Los Angeles introing the film. He would be filmed, and that filming would be broadcast to 600 theaters across the country, one night only during the week, a premium showing. There is a cost component to it, but I think that cost is primarily, the beaming the film. They're not pure rentals, but there is an arrangement with the theater, so there is a split, whatever it is. That hasn't been negotiated on our end yet. But it's basically just a special way to bring a film to market, and you can do it at the same time as a VOD and digital release. As you know, Ted, there's oftentimes one of the biggest issues with a platform with a day and date or premium VOD movie is getting good theaters. And when I say good, I just mean theaters whose demographics match the demographics of the film. So we're limited on getting the right theater sometimes in our films. So this is a way to augment that strategy and bring a theatrical audience to it in that window.